So I usually use these preset size Photoshop templates or just starting points, but I'm going to change this one a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and set this file size to 15 inches by 20 inches. It's like big enough to have like an actual print file, or you can make a poster out of it later or something. So that's usually around the size I like to start at. So I have some photos of Kacey that I already downloaded. I knew that there were some of these like photos from a billboard shoot that she did a while ago. So I just went ahead and found them and saved them to my desktop before I got started. I don't really know which ones I'm going to use. I just kind of grabbed the ones that I thought looked the most interesting and started there. So here I'm using the select and mask tool to kind of get a little bit of a feathered look and be able to really adjust the edges on this quick selection of Kacey. And too much feather. Sometimes when I move these sliders, my computer can't keep up with what I'm doing, so I don't get a quick enough preview to know if I'm sliding them the right direction or not. But that one looks good. So I'll just copy and paste this over to my document. And I kept the mask in case I needed to adjust it. So bootleg tees are kind of fun because you can really just play with like, you know, weird effects and things that you don't normally use. So I like having this big, you know, like main image of her right there in the right side. And then I'm going to grab some more of these photos, use my select subject. And here you'll see that I had to use a little bit more of the quick selection tool to get the rest of her ponytail. Copy and paste this back over here into my document, make it a little bit bigger. And yeah, I like that you can just kind of layer these photos all over each other, and it's appropriate for this style of t-shirt design. I was trying to decide what other photo I wanted to use, but I think I'm just going to stick with this sunglasses one. All right, I'm going to use my select subject again. See what that gets me. This is such a great feature, especially when you're doing t-shirts like this, because, you know, it doesn't have to be perfect. Move this one to the back. A lot of these bootleg tees just kind of have, you know, a simple layout with a big photo and a couple of small photos, or sometimes it's just like a lot of photos all layered up. But I'm just going to stick with these three and see what I can come up with. Put this circle back here and kind of mask her into it, but I'm going to go ahead and brush out this mask so that way her head kind of pops out of it and a little bit of her hand too. Now let's change the color of the circles so you can see it. Ooh, yeah, that's perfect. I'm going to go ahead and link these two layers in case I need to move this or transform it later. And yep, see, it's perfect. All right. I really like how these are kind of just overlaying over each other. It's a little casual in presentation. I don't really have to be so specific. Go ahead and mask out some of this bottom part with the feather brush so it kind of blends into the black background. And I'll do the same for the big photo as well. So I'll give this like a nice, you know, round edge so it's not so harsh or sharp. Now, I think what I want to do is kind of make this a duotone sort of photo, you know, maybe go with just some simple like purples and reds. I'll just eyedrop this red from this original photo. I'm trying to remember how to do the duotone effect here, but I don't think I need to use it. Okay, here I'm just going to actually desaturate this and then use a gradient map. So I'll use those colors that I eyedropped from that original photo and mess with them a little bit until I find something that I like. This looks a little bit too washed out, so I'm messing with the curves, trying to get a little bit more contrast in the photo, so that way those colors can really stand out from each other. So I really wanted those darker colors to fade out into the black background, but it's not working, so I'm gonna redo this mask over the group of the effects in the photo to see if that helps. I'm probably just doing something wrong, but this is an easy way around that. All right, now I'm gonna mess with some of these colors. I think I wanna add in some more like purple. Since she's wearing that purple sequins suit in that other photo, I think purples would be a good color for this whole design. Do want to darken up some of these darker areas, but maybe not completely black, because I still want you to get a little bit of the outline of her head and hair. Yeah, this is why using a gradient map is better than trying to do a duotone or something, because it really allows you to play with the levels in between the colors and get this like really awesome, you know, gradation from the light pink to purple to black. And it really plays on the original photo. And I think this is coming out really awesome. Okay, I dropped this purple color and add in some texture to the back of this circle in this photo here. I could just throw a gradient on this, but I kind of want to control where I'm putting it. I want it to kind of go up on the left side a little bit more. All right, that looks good, but I'll come back to that in a minute. So a lot of these bootleg tees, the photos kind of have like a unnatural contrast to them. So I want to add that to these photos just like very subtly. It just kind of makes it look a little bit more authentic. So I really like how this purple color is mimicking the light that's on her bottom left photo where she was on stage. So I'm going to play with these colors throughout the whole design. All right, I downloaded a couple of fonts that I knew I wanted to use for this. So let's see if I can actually remember what they're called so I can find them. All right, I lost those fonts and I could not find them, but now we are back on track. So one of the things I really like about doing bootleg tees is that you get to use some really weird fonts and things, and it doesn't look bad or unnatural. Like, I wouldn't use these kind of fonts usually in other designs that I would do, but it really gives you, you know, some different styles and things that you can play with, because you're going to use some weird Photoshopped effects and things that, you know, really pop on these interesting fonts. This will really be one of the only times where you see me add more than one stroke to something. Even adding one stroke is kind of a lot for me usually, so adding 3 or 4 is kind of crazy, but a good crazy. Not like a Kanye running for president crazy. Oh my God, 3 strokes. Am I losing it? No, this is perfect. This is exactly what I want this to look like. Should I do this like icy blue color, or maybe play with some more purples? Maybe it's a good mix. don't want it all to be like all purple and just kind of be a big blob of the same colors. So I think I am going to stick with this icy blue. Should I add more strokes? Leave a comment below and let me know if I used enough strokes or if I need more. When you're doing things like this, it's fine to just kind of mess around with everything. I don't use blending modes on this sort of stuff all the time, so I'm just going through them and seeing what they all look like. There might be a good one on here that's maybe a little subtle or just kind of cool. Lighter color. All right, yeah. Cool, that works. All right. Let's maybe add some texture on this white part of the text here. So I just selected the text by holding Command and clicking on the text layer. And then I contracted or whatever, reduced the size of the selection so that way it kind of goes in a little bit. And now I'm just going to brush in some texture. So I do have my brush on dissolve mode, so I get a little bit of this grainy stuff, or I guess a lot of this grainy stuff, but I'm not going to leave it this dark. I'll probably change the color when I'm done. Looks like a crazy purple metal. Let's tone this down a little bit. Yeah, that looks good. All right, let's mess with this text now. More strokes. More strokes.
Perfect. Perfect. Perfect.
Does this need more strokes? Yes, it does. Okay, I don't want the top text to look exactly the same as the bottom text, so I'm gonna change up the effects that I put on it, since it is a completely different font. Both fonts that kind of don't even really match, but it makes this work somehow. Let's play with this inner shadow. It's not doing anything. Oh, I'm on overlay. Stupid. Okay, what? Oh, What the hell is going on? Oh, wait, my contour. Stupid. Okay, contour's fixed, and now I got a nice, regular-looking inner shadow. Ugh, no dissolve. Yeah, that's fine. Just lower. No, maybe. Okay. That's what my brain does the whole time I'm designing. It just freaks out a little bit and panics until I get something fixed. All right, this is looking pretty good already, but I do want to do some tweaks. Let's change the color of this text here. Pink, purple. What's going to work? Another icy blue, maybe? All right. I could stop here, but why would I do that? There's so much more shitty effects I can throw on this. Yes, more strokes. Let's do it. It looks so cool. I love this. Wow. Let's make her head a little big. Oops. Get the whole group, Nick. Get the whole group. All right, let's make her head a little bigger. Yeah, I like how that weird, like, fuzzy mask, you know, it's all feathered out and it's like kind of overlaying on some of these objects. It gives the graphics some depth that you didn't know it needed. I still kind of want to play with the darkness on this hair, but I also want to make sure it stands out and keeps its shape, so I'm not going to go too far. But let's see what happens if we add in another layer of color on our gradient map. Maybe some black. Is that too far? Has science gone too far? No, I think it's fine. Oh, right. I don't think I put any contrast on this photo. Yeah, look at that. Just makes it pop a little bit more. Is it changing the whole? Okay. Oh no. I need to. Yep. And I don't think I did that on the other one. So fix, please. Yes, that's better. All right. Ooh, too far. Yep. Okay, cool. That looks great. What other weird things can I do to this? All right, let's go to Pexels and try to find a butterfly. It needs more elements. Maybe we can give it something in the background. I like these monarchs, but the colors don't really fit with what we've got so far. Oh, maybe this black and blue one will work. Might be too black, but we'll see. Thanks, none do. None do? All right, select subject, copy, paste, bring it over here, flip it, or turn it. Now I'll flip it. Oh, that was stupid. I have to turn it again. Kind of losing some quality here, but it's fine. This is just a background element. See how much of it we can show. Okay. Can't decide if I like this or not. Let's darken up some of this black. Ooh, it needs like a, maybe take out this weird little outline that was showing, and maybe we'll give it like a glow. Let's do a glow. Maybe a purple glow. Or maybe a pink glow. That's kind of tight. Okay, bump this up. I don't know if that looks very Kacey, but it definitely looks like something someone at a bootleg store would think looked very Kacey. Are we confused yet? Do any of these work? I can't tell. I'm not sure. Hard light. Okay, cool. Whatever. When all else fails, just turn the opacity down so it just kind of hides in the background and you don't have to take any accountability for it. All right, this is looking really good. I think maybe this text needs some texture. Let's see if we can take this little like sequins outfit and fill it in. Okay, that was probably the dumb way to do that. That took a lot more effort than I wanted it to, but at least it looks good and I'm gonna use it. I don't want it to be like a focal point. I really just want it to be like a subtle texture, just so there's a little bit extra inside of that text there. Okay, here's the smarter way to do this. Let's take one of these. Actually, you know what? No, let's just take the original photo with the sequins and just copy a big section of it and put that over the whole text. This would have been the way smarter way to do the top part, but hey, we're going forward and we're learning from our mistakes. All right, subtle, perfect. That's exactly what I was hoping for. All right, let's change the color of this text one more time just to get it kind of perfect. And I think that looks awesome. I'm gonna bump up this glow a little bit. Make it a little bit more visible, a little more prominent. I think when I lowered that opacity, the outer glow kind of went with it. A little too much. Perfect. Oh, yes. All right, great. That looks awesome. I love this. All right, let's mock this up on a t-shirt. All right, let's grab my Photoshop template for t-shirt mock-ups. This is one of my assets that's available on my Patreon page. So my subscribers get access to assets and templates and fonts and all sorts of stuff that I make. All right, and here's the final art on the mock-up. I'm super stoked with how this came out. I hope you guys enjoyed watching how I make a bootleg tee like this, and let me know in the comments if you guys like the way it came out or if I should have done something different. If there's any techniques or anything I used in this video that you're unsure of how to do, you can leave a comment and I'll let you know exactly what I did, and I'll answer all your questions the best I can. Make sure that you are subscribing to my videos here on YouTube and follow me on Instagram @NickQ. This was a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the next one.